Come and take a look through the orange lens, my friends. How you doing, folks? Use the force, positive mental attitude, but it's balanced, right? It's not fake it till we make it. It's grow until we flow. And you know this. So, do you know what, right? There is a man called Michael Saylor, and he brings to you hope.com. So basically what I want to talk about is so in Bitcoin, pokey. Anyway, so Michael Saylor is he's a man who owns a company called MicroStrategy. I know I've mentioned him to you before, and he has invested hugely in Bitcoin. He run a profitable company that wasn't based on debt. He run a company that prided itself on having profit, which may seem normal, right? But once you start getting into the financial world, you realise about how this debt-based economy is even deeper than just like the first levels of debt. It's insanity. But anyway, so Michael Saylor, he's like, I'm not going to go on about, but basically, lose my words all over the place. I'm so bullish because of Michael Saylor. It's unbelievable. I'm like, go buy some Bitcoin. Hit me up in the comments, say, I want to get some Bitcoin. I'm going to say to you, sweet, you need to do two things. Download, if you're in Europe, just go and download Coinbase and go and download yourself a wallet, you know, or even not Coinbase. You could download Gemini, or you could download AKCoin. Anyway, then you want to get yourself a wallet. You know, you could get yourself like a, you know, a blue wallet, right? Or you could get yourself maybe a Coinbase wallet, right? It works if you're keeping small bits in it, you know. Anyway, and get yourself some Bitcoins. Anyway, Michael Saylor did get himself some Bitcoin, but in his younger, he's got a hell of a history, right? Very interesting. And he went through this phase of his life where he was buying up domain names, right? Back in the early days of the internet, where you had that boom, right? Where all PayPal and everything, all these things came popping out of the internet, right? This whole new craze, the phase, the internet, right? It seems so normal now, right? Well, he was buying up domain names, and because he had a little bit of cash, he was just doing things like, well, you know, everybody needs a bit of hope, right? Right, so I'm going to buy hope. So he went ahead and bought hope. Now he's been holding it for like 20 years, just holding on to hope. And along came Bitcoin. And all of a sudden, the man feels to release his holding of hope and simply give hope. So down in the descriptions now, what you will find is Michael Saylor's page, web page, right? Hope.com, and it's totally dedicated to Bitcoin. It's all about learning. It's like he's used hope and he's given it to people for free to learn from. He's taken hope that he's been holding on to and he's giving it to all of us fine people for free. And hope.com, as you'll find in the descriptions down there, he's linked this man is a man after my own heart. He has linked all loads of like prominent Bitcoin crypto related channels, only Bitcoin. I think he's really into the rest of it, and the rest of it looks dodgy. Ethereum's not like the same as Bitcoin. People hear Bitcoin and they shitcoin all over the place, and you're like, whoa. They're like totally different things, right? Bitcoin is there, and like Ethereum and that is over there having some crazy party. Like, you might want to, I dip into crazy parties, right? I'm like, fuck me, that shit's too crazy not to like have a bit of 48 hours of madness, right? But so anyway, let's not just sidetrack. Let's keep on hope and Michael Saylor. Now, this is a type of thing you can find in any community, right? Now, Bitcoin gets this, like, the community gets, like, this hard rap of being, like, you know, toxic Bitcoiners and that. And there's toxic people everywhere and anywhere we go. There's also fucking super kind, giving people everywhere we go, right? And Michael Saylor, to me, seems to be one of them. He's 100% backing something for, like, 100% a good reason, right? And that just deserves some respect laid on his name. Hope.com is now a Bitcoin site. Go check it out. Link's going to be in the description. It's not like you can forget it easy, is it? He's good. He's good. So yeah, just wanted to bring that to the attention of people. Let you know there's a new link in the descriptions. And while you're down there, you know, you can hop along and you can give the old tippity tap to tap on the old like. You can share it. You know, you can subscribe. Keep me over 1,000 viewers so I can do all my live feeds that I want to do. You know, keep me doing what I want to do. I'd much appreciate it. It just takes a bit of support. You know, just going, do you know what? Yeah, you know, make a point of liking the videos. Make a point of commenting. Agree or disagree. You know, even if you just put a thumbs up, that type of shit goes a long way. Oh, I've just realised I don't have my phone on Do Not Disturb mode. Let's see if we can do that while it was, yes. We've got away with that. It's still recording. Now, Do Not Disturb mode. I've just had a notification come through on my screen. Last thing I need is that pinging off and knocking the video out, isn't it? Not when you're halfway through and you're sort of like getting into the second section. All right, so also what I wanted to talk about, because I can't go ahead and mention Bitcoin if I'm not going to talk about self-awareness, if I'm not going to talk about taking responsibility for ourselves, right? As someone who made a mistake going into the area, right, through being too fucking caught on hype, right, because I'm just too caught on revolution, right? I'm glad I got bitten going into Bitcoin like that. It made me how bullish I was being with revolution. And it made me realise a couple of things. It made me it brought back in a layer of observation that I needed, which was really good. But anyway, so I want to talk about just how every time I see something I want to work on, like I've said to you, I will put it into everything I'm doing. So like I've been like I was working on patience for quite a long time, you know, actively, like I'm just about to describe. But, you know, I felt happy that I'd gotten to a good place. I'd got the road rage under control and a few other things, you know, and on and off since sort of, I think about 29, somewhere around 29, since around 29, 30, like patience has been in and out of like the forefront of my lessons. You know, the last time it came back into my awareness, not by choice, it was because I wasn't being enough aware of it, and like I was slipping and getting a little frustrated with some things. So I was like, oh dear, let's have a look again, you know, because we all work in our own ways, right? Like when I talk about things, for some people, like yesterday and today, the night before last, so night before yesterday, right, I decided I was going to run an update on my Mac system and bring it up to the Big Sur update, right? And you know, I thought that'll be fine. Had many hours to do, so I just let it go, went to sleep, woke up in the morning expecting to have, like, you know, new system ready to go. And there was a problem, so I was like, oh shit, check that out. And oh mate, it had got part way through, it had taken some files out, had problems getting files back in, it wasn't even booting, I couldn't get past my sign in. I was like, oh, this is pretty bad, you know, I've got like new songs to work on, stuff to do, you know, I use it a lot. And I thought, oh, okay. So I went online, my first port of call these days is to just go on to like YouTube, really, type in a few different sentences, see if I can get some videos that are going to bring about some information for me so I can solve whatever problem it is for myself. Because YouTube's banging for that. Like, you know, I think there's like, I remember this like old sort of mainstream, you know, looking down on YouTube like it was something that, but times have moved on so much. If you're like, you know, if you don't realise the wealth of knowledge available on the internet, then seriously, it's like you're reading newspapers still. You know, you're destroying trees and like, and all technologies, let's not get into that, because every single technology is harmful. You playing one off against another is pointless and futile and stupid, and I shouldn't have even gone to there. So we're obviously sidetracking, so we're going to bring it on back, looking at my notes, that's right. So the 48-hour hefty patience, which really actually, so what has basically happened is I've had 2 1-hour conversations with Apple support, a few different things, blah blah blah, and eventually got over the problem, which turned out to be my internet connection. It wasn't really even a technical issue. It was because I was trying to update it through a hotspot, and it doesn't like that because I don't have like a landline Wi-Fi internet like in our flat, right? And thankfully the neighbour downstairs does, who's pretty cool. You know, he gave me his password last time I had an issue with my phones, and so I could just hop onto it if I needed to. So that's what I proceeded to do, and all the updates started running and working beautifully, which was lovely. But there was many points where, and I was going to say this, because for some people, staying calm in some situations isn't a problem. But for other people, like me, I've had to work hard on my patience, on my calm, right? Because something that knocks me sideways in a moment can create this very animated, emotional response. And as much as I'm okay with that, sometimes it's stress that I don't need to take on. Sometimes it creates stress on other people that they don't necessarily need to take on. That's less my responsibility and should be less yours. Don't be worrying about, like, there's a difference between being mindful of others and then changing how you act for them. I believe in everyone taking their own responsibility for their own emotional states. You don't go ahead blaming me, telling me that I've, you know, given you a depressive start to your day, and I won't go ahead and tell you that you've given me a depressive start to my day. I wake up, I'm generally cool when I wake up anyway. I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad to be moving in the direction I am, in speaking out, in looking for the good for us all. You know, even those that don't recognise the good many people are trying to bring about. One day you will. and it will be cool. There's not going to be any fucking told you so, no, fuck off, go over. No. Like, if I've got half a fucking pence worth of input into all of this, there is going to be a space in every fucking community for everybody. Because the mindset we have building community will be that we are global. We act local, but we're global. We trade local, global if we need to, but let's get global, let's get local resources sorted. We can do these things. Like, I'm sidetracking like a motherfucker. But, you know, it's all connected in one way or another, right? But patience, right? For some people that are high energy, some people are like that and some people aren't. And for those that aren't, give them a break. And for those that are, remember that sometimes you're overbearing on other people. You don't have to do anything about it, and they don't have to do, like, there's no, but it's that consideration both ways, isn't it? Like, we shouldn't be like, I see people expecting animals to be like humans, which is as ridiculous as expecting other humans to be like other humans, right? We're all different, but we can all grow into something better that's going to help us all and help the future, you know. The wise man plants a seed knowing he'll never sit under the shadow of the tree, right? Let's get to that shit. Use force, positive mental attitude, be calm with your thoughts to yourselves like you would for others. Keep loving your hearts like yourself for yourselves like you would for others, and let's get it. Get what, John? Awareness course. Peace in.